Check 1 2 check. There we go. Let me tune up real quick. What's up, everybody? See how that sounds. How is everybody doing? There we go. New guitar always gonna. Lot to talk about tonight. lot to talk about, a lot to talk about. No, we don't need any updates during the live stream. Yeah, two. The orange one and this one. Whoops. It's a 50s vibe. It's one of those 50s with the pine bodies. What's up, Jerry? A lot to talk about. What's up, Juke? What's up, Mr. Neto? So we got a new friend in here, GD Sasquatch. You guys check out his channel. It's unbelievable how he breaks down Rhett Scholl and Rick Beatos and all these guys. So I just watched the video about, so Gabe never, well, that's running hot, isn't it? Let me see. Check. I just watched a video where Gabe was interviewing Philip McKnight. So let's get into some of the juicy stuff. And I went on there and I blasted him. But I'm starting to think there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't. Do I ever watch my own videos? No. That would kind of be weird a little bit. The only time I watch my own videos if there's an issue and somebody says there's an issue. Yeah, check out GD Sasquatch. He's got some really good stuff on there. He breaks down in detail more than I do, and it's very informing. Now, Philip McKnight just did an interview with Gabe from Guitar Center. Gabe never commented back. I contacted him, and he never responded. There's something going on. Because I said, how does this guy call you his friend, trash Fender, which is 30% of your sales, and then you have him on and you're supposed to be friendly and not talk about Fender? I don't know what's going on. I think they're getting ready to go public, and the only way for Guitar Center to get out of debt is to create a buzz with Philip and some of the YouTube guys with social media for stock shares. Stock shares. And I think my recommendation to Fender, Gibson, and PRS is to open their own outlet store so that they sell direct to the public and slash prices and cut out Guitar Center, the middleman. Unless Fender, Gibson, and all these private companies are a part of this, which would kind of suck, but I don't know. Yeah, they could be. So this is a 50s vibe. I got this for like $200 and something. You're in the dog. Is that a doghouse, Gene, or in the house? Yeah, they could be. Who knows? Let's pull the RG down. Because most of you guys know that I switched the channel back. Let's see. Let me exit out of here so I can see what I'm doing. I hear gain. I hear gain. So I got this from Guitar Center today. And it was they offered me something I couldn't refuse. In the house. If Guitar Center goes public, why not open the wallet and buy 51% of the shares? Fender doing that would be a boss move for them. I think so. I think if Fender and Gibson sided together, two historic companies, and brought PRS along for the ride, or even let PRS stay with Guitar Center. I mean, it's a good company and they make some good stuff, the SE stuff, but think about it. Two historical companies. You'd have Mesa Boogie, Charvel, Jackson Custom Shop, Squire, Epiphone, Gretsch. There's so many companies between the both of them that they own. Let's say they open a guitar outlet, the Fender Gibson outlet store. They put Starbucks or a cafe in there with wireless internet, maybe a big stage where they can have like real musicians come in and fucking jam and do shows with the gear. How huge would that be to go? And then, listen to this, then they go public and sell shares into the company themselves. Do you know how astronomical that would be? They would make billions of dollars between the both of them. Yeah, LSL is a fraud. So I don't know if Sasquatch, I don't know if you saw Jerry's video, but he actually called LSL and confronted them over the GoFundMe money that was supposed to be set up for legal action when there is no lawsuit. Fender is not suing LSL. Everyone keeps saying Fender suing people. The only people that got letters was PRS and LSL. Other than that, maybe Tom Anderson. But beyond that, I haven't seen any other letters, and no one else has too. But what's funny is Philip McKnight was bashing Fender, and now he's doing videos with Gabe. So what is actually going on there? I don't know, but I think it's something up to no good for me. So, but just think LSL hung up on Jerry. I heard the conversation, and it didn't go good for LSL. And I think Sasquatch or somebody said something about LSL is giving guitars to social media people to keep the GoFundMe money coming. Not a good idea. And if you touch that money, that's a federal offense, especially if there is. Yeah, it's kind of funny how they're not showing any of that money, right, Sasquatch? How they got no receipts for some of that money. And if they spent a dime of it, that is a federal fucking offense. Federal offense. Just saying. I don't think that would be a smart move for them. I don't think they should buy Guitar Center, because then they got to pay their debt. I think that Gibson and Fender should open their own store, get companies to invest in the store as far as a building, like a Subway. They release back space to cover their expenses so they don't have to pay a lot per square foot. They go public with shares into the company, right? And those two are 60 to 70% of the market value of all sales. But what they can do is slash their prices because they cut out the middleman. I don't think Guitar Center should be bought by Gibson or Fender. I think that would be an awful move. Too much debt, too many stores. They should open their own locations here and there. I mean, there's a lot of Guitar Centers. So like you open them you start off with a small one, say in California, in maybe Fort Lauderdale, good location there, 95 or the Turnpike, where it's easy access to ports for shipping, for direct, so people can come in and maybe open up like their own Sweetwater where you can buy. But again, Fender owns Reverb, so I'm just saying it would be a great idea. What neck? Music Arts is no, they don't. They're not owned by Guitar Center. One of the guys actually bought that. Yeah, free signature guitar to review. Yeah, it's such a scam, and there's so much stuff going on here with all that stuff going on with shilling. Yeah, I mean, think about it. You keep the lawsuit idea going, and you give in big social media guys free signature guitars or a free $5,000 guitar that cost them $500 to make, and they're like, oh, it's a win for me. They're being used as basically a whore. They're whoring these people out to keep something going so that they make the profit. And they want to talk about Fender's greed. How greedy is that? Not only greedy, what a slime ball move to do. I forget the name of the neck. It's a wizard, but it's made from Jacoba wood or something like that. Jacoba. I saw it today and I wanted it, so I bought it. I went in to get something else and walked out with this. Yeah, it's called Jacoba, Jacoba, something like that. Yoba, I don't know how you say the wood, but it's like it's a cool neck. I don't know if you. It's a cool guitar. I forget the pickups in there, everything, but it sounds great. And it's got a toggle on there. I don't know if you can see it. See that little mini split? So I can do the coil split or full. I always play through my Kemper. Great sounding guitar. Leo Gibbs. Guitar Center owns Music and Arts Enterprises in Davie? I don't think so. That was bought by a friend of mine. Who told you that? He worked there. He bought the store from Ken and his brother. Ken and Tom owned it. And then one of the workers bought it. That's what I was told. Yeah, I got two. There's a Strat down there too. So here's the two new ones. And then the Fender Vibes. Yeah, I know. I got issues, right? Tess, I got some issues. I need help. Let's see. Can we look that up? because I'm pretty sure that Music Arts Enterprises is not owned by Guitar Center. Let's see. Will that fold? Let's see. Let me see who owns it. No, Music Arts was bought by Ken and Tom own that, and they sold it to one of their employees. Let's see. Unless they're just fibbing. Let's see. Music Arts. Unless it's another company that they own. It's similar in name. Family owned. Family owned. Music Arts Enterprises LLC. Let's see. Does it say? No. Let's see. Can we find that? Music Arts. Music Arts on Davie Boulevard. It's owned by Scott. Scott's the employee. I'll show you guys. Can you see it? It's hard to see. So there's the name. Scott bought it. So that's the principal. Registered agent name and owner. Parkland, Florida. Scott Tridon. I don't really know him. I know some of the other guys that work there. I don't know him really well. So there you go, Scott Tridon. Yeah, Scott Tryon from Parkland. You can Google it on the Sun Biz. I do need to change the strings. No, it's not M and A. It's Music Arts Enterprises, MAE. Music Arts Enterprises. You guys are confusing two companies. I just showed it on screen. Scott, Gene, you got to look up Music Arts Enterprises, Davie, and then you can see it's LLC, and then you can do the Sun Biz. It's owned by Scott Tryon in Parkland. Guitar Center has nothing to do with MAE down here. It might be MA or ME somewhere else. I don't know what that is. Yes, it's Squatch's channel. GD I can't even say it now. Sasquatch. Yeah, so the pitch. You're welcome, man. Yeah. GC might own Music and Arts, but not Enterprise. Music Arts Enterprise, MAE, is different. I was going to say, I know Ken didn't sell that to no Guitar Center. I know one of the workers, that was the whole thing. They sold it to one of their workers. I don't know what Music and Arts is, though. Yeah, Music Arts might be, but not MAE, not Music Arts Enterprises. So when I showed pictures of Music Arts Enterprises, I showed you like Nash guitars and Tom Anderson's. They had the other NOS there. That was McDonald's. That's funny. Yeah, and there's something in there. I don't know what the deal is with Philip McKnight, because Philip is kind of a snake. I mean, he tried to keep that guitar from the Canadian company, and he threw a hissy fit on live TV. He's not a good spokesperson to be talking to. He's got a short fuse, and he's failed in business and got sued. He got sued by Chapman Guitars. He got sued by the Canadian Guitar Company. He's a loose cannon. It's not in Guitar Center's best interest to even associate with him, in my opinion. But, you know, if they're looking for the social media thing, which I think social media is going to change. A lot of people are sick of the gear reviews and the bullshit shillers and grifters coming on. They're sick of people like Rhett Shull, his dad's third in line. Somebody said they couldn't even find that, but I had it on my phone. If you type in Glenn Shull, AT&T, that's all you need to know. And that's his dad. Third in line at AT&T, a billion-dollar company, comes on and says the righteous stuff and corporate greed and corporate this and corporate that. And what's he a part of? He's a trust fund baby. He's a part of corporate greed. Now, as far as Gabe, I was wondering why he never sent me an email back. But I know they're going to go public and stuff like that. That's been talked about all over the internet here and there. But if they go public and they share, and the selling point of Guitar Center are private equity companies like Fender and Gibson and PRS, I think they should pull out. I think they should go back to private, all three of them, and open their own outlet stores and slash their prices. That's my opinion. Then Guitar Center and Gabe can do whatever he wants. Oh, Music and Arts is a band and orchestra instruments. Yeah. Yeah, Sasquatch is cool as shit, man. Sasquatch, you play guitar too? Oh, a lot of countries are starting to ban social. Yeah, I think social media is like this Big Jake guy, right? Big Jake music. Come on, saying that he's more successful than me and more this than me and more that than me, and he lives in his mom's basement. You know, he's a meth head that lives in his mom's basement and wants to say he's more successful and this and that. I write for the biggest celebrities in music all over the world my whole life. I'm getting out of it. I'm still signed to Atlantic Records. I still write for 3 artists. I play with Dave Spitz from Black Sabbath and Patrick from Yngwie. You can't be a slouch. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to toot my own horn. But why wouldn't you come on here and look at my videos? And then trying to say that you got 1 million more subscribers than me. Yeah, I hope so. But he was looking what Tom did and looked at I had a channel for 20 years and didn't understand that I went dormant for probably 12 to 14 years. I've only been on YouTube a total out of the 20 years, 3.5 to 4 years. No, big fake Jake music. Yeah, he hasn't responded. He's running scared. So now he's running and hiding because I said a few things to him that kind of spooked him. And when you're tweaking and you live at mama's house, you know, and you think you're a superstar. I've seen I saw the live shows. There's nobody at his live shows. I mean, I'm not going to trash his guitar playing. He's an okay guitar player. He's an okay singer. But in his mind, he's a social media superstar. He's a rock star with the fucking jackets and the rings. It's like, come on, dude. You ain't nobody yet. You know, when you become Axl Rose's level, you can put on a fucking fur coat. Like the Velvet Hammer. When you reach Velvet Hammer status, I gotta change his strings certain day. Now he ain't talking. Yeah, Amir, he stopped talking. He stopped answering. You talk to a guy who knows Jake. Jake is nothing but a squirrel shit. Meth. Oh, it's meth. Meth. Yeah. Thanks, Night Owl. Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but like, bro, what does fucking views have to do with anything? Are you that delusional that you're going to base your career in your mama's basement? You know what I mean? What the fuck is wrong with these people? They've been tainted and poisoned by the social media. YouTube, the clicks, the whole thing. You know, I started to think about this the other day. I'm like, these people aren't texting. They're on their fucking platform seeing how many, oh, where's my views? Where's my clicks? Oh man, I gotta pay my rent. Well, go get a fucking job. You know, it's nice to make an income over here if you need to. Yeah, there's a shit ton of lunatics on YouTube. You got that shit right, Gene. You nailed that one on the fucking mark. Shitload of lunatics. And these guys are delusional. And then they do a show and no one shows up. You got 8,000 followers and you can't put more than 30 people in a room? Oh my God. That's insane. Yeah, exactly. So my whole deal and why I came back was twofold. One is to expose some of the frauds because it became all about money instead of fun. And second was, I'm older, I'm 60, I got an 11-year-old son. He'll always have this to look back on and see what I stood for. Honor, integrity, and the fucking truth. And that's a great example to anybody. Anybody. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care if you're black, Asian. I don't care who you are. Truth, integrity, and character is what will get you something in life. That's the way it should be. It's the way we should be raised. That's just how we should be. No, there's nothing new in music. The only thing is, like I said, you can take other people's licks like I try to explain and revamp them. So I take licks and I make them my own. That's all you can do. And that's not even going to get you anywhere. I don't look like a day over 59. And that's why, like Aaron's from Guitar Center. Me and him get along great, and he's a smart businessman. Yeah, and what's funny is, what's that Henning guy over in Europe, the bald head guy? He started his channel off with like underage girls and saying weird things to him, and then his channel grew, and COVID hit, and then he blew up. And now he thinks he's trying to say he was in LA doing jingles and this. Bullshit. I called people. He's a fraud too. He never did shit over here. Yeah, it's all about fun, man. Live streaming's fun. Teaching guys about the fakes out here is part of what I do now. You know, but so that you guys don't fall for scams. You know, the more and more people say it, the more and more people believe it, and they think it's true. And that's sad. And that's what's been done to our history, to cultures, and it creates a divide everywhere. It's supposed to be about fun, not stepping on the next guy so that you can have self-gain. For what? What are you trying to gain by getting all this money and having a social status? Where is that going to get you in life? I appreciate you too, man. I mean, it's all about integrity and honesty. Like, what else is there left when you're gone? People talking about the shit stuff you did and all the fucking lies you told for personal gain and satisfaction? Yeah, Henning probably lives with his mom in Germany too. Because there's not a lot of money in music or YouTube. There's not. You know, And the girls get suckered into the TikTok and they end up becoming only girls. I mean, it's a bad system. But that's the same system that rock stars have been fed the lie their whole life. That's why guys like Don Dokken can't retire and Vince Neil can't retire, and this guy's in the limelight, and the guy's 80 years old singing, and the guy, dude, go out gracefully, but you can't let the spotlight go. You're ego driven. You need and seek attention, and that is a mental issue. Yeah, it's getting worse out there, but I'm here to help fucking change it back to fucking some normal. You gotta have some kind of, and I wish these celebrities would stop going on a Rick Beato in this show. Just start your own fucking channel and tell your own stories. You don't need them. Why the fuck do you need Rick Beato? He needs you. Start your own fucking channel. Do your own fucking vlogs on tour. It's not hard. It's easy. But stop giving others the benefit off of what you did. He's making a living on what others have done. Even in interviews. This is Alex Lyson. This is Nuno Betancourt. Who are you? Rick Beato is one of the biggest frauds around. He's a nobody in the industry. His fucking label failed. His management company failed. His record label failed. How did he get famous? A viral video of his kid. Then he was Jason Todd's instructor, and the album was already done. Happened to go in there in the studio and bullshitted his way in. Made a couple suggestions of Bingo Bammo. Now he's the producer of Shinedown, when he was never the producer of Shinedown. Well, here's the funny part about that, and you're right, Mr. Night Owl. Here are everyone trying to boycott Fender, right? Even the Philip McKnight. And this is where I have an issue. Boycott Fender. Corporate. And then you're sitting with Gabe from fucking corporate. Are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah, it's about gaining relevance. And Philip is using Gabe. Gabe thinks he's using Philip. It's a fucking free-for-all of stupidity. George has a Patreon page. Yeah, there you go. Alex Lyson, start your own fucking page. Why let others get rewarded for your work in an interview? Yeah, David Lee Roth, go out graceful, bro. Start your own fucking page. It would be great. It's a little high, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, it can be done. This neck feels really good. God damn. I can't wait to hear this with some new strings. Yeah, I mean, all these guys are out there trying to make money on tour because they're getting older. Just start a YouTube page. Everybody will tune in. I mean, I would tune in to fucking watch George Lynch live and have all his buddies come in. Maybe he'd invite me. I don't know. Speaking of strings, not Billy, I hope. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit about any guitar company, really. I just care about what's suited for me. What's my go? I have an endorsement with EVH strings. Aaron can attest to that. I don't buy any guitar strings from Guitar Center. Sorry, Aaron. I might have to soon, though. Yeah. My pleasure, man. You guys, Guitar Center does me good. You know, and that's the thing. I don't really care about Gabe because I only care about where I'm treated at that moment in time. In the Guitar Center in Coconut Creek with Aaron and Steven and Tom, they all treat me like a fucking superstar, even though I'm just a peasant and I'm going through their fucking garbage outside looking for scraps. But I appreciate everybody there. They're all super nice to me. They go out of their way for me. They talk. We talk stories, and they're all personable people where I'm at. Even Hollandale, I got Samesh over there and Doc. I know a lot of people over there. The Hollandale store is pretty good too. Hey, Michael, what's up, man? Yeah, it's pretty good in my neck of the woods. But yeah, I love the people at Guitar Center. You know what would be interesting? Me and Aaron were like pitching ideas. I'm not going to tell you all his ideas, but somebody like Elon Musk buying fucking Guitar Center. What do you think he would do to that? Lynch it up with Faulkner? That's an interesting one. Lynch and Faulkner. You know, that's his son-in-law that married his daughter, Richie Faulkner. I would love to see what fucking Thanksgiving looks at the Lynches. Because Priest is a legendary band. Dokken was pretty big, but Priest is a legendary name. Faulkner's in a bigger band than Dokken. I don't know if he's as good as George. He's not as original as George. George is a legend. And the bodies and necks in the dumpsters. Don't have a party. They'll get you drunk and everyone will go home with a guitar. Yeah. That's funny. Matter of fact, I just saw an interview with Rob Halford from Judas Priest so I don't know the name of it, but it said Sebastian Bach walks out of an interview, and there were comics. They're comics interviewing Sebastian, and they're huge fans. And they were talking about how people were keeping their voices in check for so long. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, he's a hired hand. He never wrote anything, too. I'm buying all the guitars in Florida. Yeah, I wonder what the Strat sounds like with this patch. Let me see. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So Sebastian walked out of the interview, cut his camera because they made like a gay joke. And then a week later, they interviewed Rob and they told him what happened. And Rob is so fucking cool. And it was something about jizz on the throat or something. And Sebastian got all bent out of shape. The one that had Kill Fags Dead, right, on the shirt. That's my friend. Oh, now it's okay that you can't make fun of gay people, right? But Rob came on and laughed. And he said, I don't gargle, I swallow. Fucking Rob Halford. That guy's fucking cool as fuck. I like him even more after that. That was funny. Now if we could get Andy to say that. They still have P. Diddy parties in Nashville. They call them Woodshed now. You got that right? No noise. These are really good pickups too. Damn. It's hard to say which one's actually better. The P. Diddy party. The P. Diddy Woodshed. Yeah, don't go to the fucking the Andy Woods woodshed camp. What's that old saying? If what was that old joke? There was a joke about that. If we went camping and you woke up with your pants down around your knees, would you tell anyone? You'd be like, no, let's go camping. That's the Andy Wood joke. Except you get a free bottle of baby oil, signed by P. Diddy. I don't know if Andy's gay. I'm just making fun of him. Hey, Tennis Nuts, you saw you answered my questions today. This guitar, I got it from Guitar Center. I got this from you the other day. It's that 50s vibe, man. Oh my God. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah. I got two new guitars. Guitar Center now has proper tables set up with great pedals and modelers for customers. Yeah, that was a great idea. Yeah, and Guitar Center in Creek, if you ever come down to Florida, go into that one. They set it up right. They got that it looks really good in there. Andy's going to be in a movie. He's playing the part of Rosa Parks. Let's turn the gain up and see what it sounds like. Sounds like a fucking humbucker. No, it's a little down the street. You like that? Troublemaker. It's got some cool shit on the back. I'd take it off, but I don't want you guys to leave the channel. It's got like 2 troublemakers on the back with wings. It's in the promenade in Creek. You know, off Lions and Lions and Wilds. The crossroads. Man, this fucking thing sounds good. Let's see what it sounds like if I roll the gain off like a Strat. A little more. Should we try the old David Gilmour sound? Let's see. Up is this way. Let me see. India, not the arrow. How can Andy be Rosa Parks? Andy gives up his seat to any guy who asks. Oh my God. Love the wood contrast. Yeah, this is a pretty guitar. That's what it caught me. I don't know if you could see. It's like a see-through. See the grain? It's a fucking beautiful guitar. Was a beautiful guitar. The mic is now dented. No. It's a 50 vibes. This is a pine body. This is the original's material that, like, Dade County pine that makes trusses. Leo Fender started making the Strats out of pine when he first made them. But I will tell you, this guitar weighs the same amount as a Les Paul. It's heavy. Tight. Your Strat, Lizzie? Yeah, and this is a $200 Squire, bro. It's called the 50s vibe. They talked a lot about these. They were $400. I got it for like $200. I saw the color. I was like, what is this? I go, it's a Squire. And when I picked it up, I go, what? No, something's different wrong with this. And then I read about it, and I was intrigued. It played well. I plugged it in and was like... So it's a $200 Squire. You can get these, I don't know, 50s vibe, $250, $300 at most. Yeah, I don't care for the gloss on it either. I thought it would bother me. And I thought about taking it apart and sand it. I was going to sand it. And I was like, it doesn't bother me a lot. It doesn't feel... The reason why it doesn't bother me, I hate painted necks. I hate a painted neck. But the urethane doesn't feel like paint. It's a little more sticky, which is okay for me. That's what Andy said. The action came stock. I didn't even have to set this thing up. Philip McKnight must have set it up. No. What do I think? I'm fucking Tom? Man, that does that Floyd shit good, don't it? Yeah, the frets are fucking smooth. There's no... Just as good as the Charvels. I'm kind of shocked, but I mean, it could be hit or miss. I've never played another one. It's kind of like a Lamborghini, hit or miss. Just don't hit it. Because it'll cost you some money. Electronic. Some people said the pots on these suck. Rolls on nice. up, Miss Winger? Let's see. Do I have anything else in there we could do? Well, we could go always back to the heavy. Let's see. Let me roll that. I should have saved that. All parts, yeah. Like more asks around Knoxville about Andy. It's no secret there. Oh, if you ask around Knoxville, it's no secret. And I love how they all shill for everybody, each other. Like when I was watching that Rhett Shull, he said something about, oh, check out Philip McKnight. So Gabe wants to be associated with Rhett Shull, the woke kid that is talks about corporate greed and everything he's against, and that's what his dad does. And then he shills McKnight that doesn't like Fender because they're a corporation bullying others. And then there he is talking to Guitar Center's Gabe, who's corporate. Hey, what's up, Stevie? I don't understand the whole reasoning. Maybe there's something a light at the end of the tunnel, which I'm fine with if it's, is Philip trying to shill for a fucking job with Guitar Center when Gabe leaves with all his money when they go public in his shares? I don't know. Is that what Rhett does? But there's something definitely going on. And I really do think, like Sasquatch came out with his channel. I see more and more people coming out and talking. People are getting smarter as more and more people are talking about everything that's going on. You know what I mean? You can only hide it for so long. Knoxville's mostly gay, or pretty gay is like pretty in colors. The Gretsch, it's good. I put the DeMarzio on there, it plays well. It's like a pink. Yeah, they say it's like a see-through transparent white or something. Like white, it's pink to me. It's like it looks like a shell pink to me. Oh, Philip has one of the largest musical podcasts. Oh, yeah, so that's why Gabe is using him. But, I think he's the wrong person to use because, he's gotten himself in some legal situations, Philip, with the podcast. Rob Chapman was threatening to sue him and he backed off. The Canadian Guitar Company threatened to sue him and he backed off. And he exposes dirty air on the laundry. Like that letter from LSL that he had was given to him by Tim Pierce through Rhett Shull. That's how that happened. And it wasn't even the full letter. I know that for a fact. And again, Jerry called LSL today and they hung up on him. Because we all know the GoFundMe money, and you keep the train running as long as possible, and then you get all this money. Again, GoFundMe for LSL for legal battles and issues, but you don't have anything. You just had a letter that says cease and desist. There's no complaint filed against you in any court docket. Any court docket. So you're fucking lying and you're scamming the public. I swear to God, I hope they spend the money and they go to federal prison. And that's what happens. You know why? Because these people end up not so smart. They're just not smart people. And they end up doing stupid shit. Jerry, what was the number on how many people went to federal prison for GoFundMe? 400,000 people have gone to prison for GoFundMe? I forgot that ribbon. Looks so different on this neck. If you shop at a store, McKnight said so. I feel sorry for... Yeah. Yeah, they're not supposed to make by legal law, if that letter's not addressed to you and it's a legal matter, even if you redact it, you can still be liable for that letter through legal recourse. I wish Fender would sue McKnight. I even suggested it. Why, Mr. Knight? You take all the money and run? I'd see you on America's Most Wanted for GoFundMe money. And I don't know if Sasquatch knows the other part of the LSL. So there's some shares owned by we'll say Tim Pierce is vested in the company, and Chris Fleming was hired by LSL after his no compete clause ran out with Fender. He's a Fender luthier of 20 years, and if you go on LSL's page, it tells you Lance stole the 1954 Les Paul Holy Grail and copied it identically and made a couple changes. It's right on their webpage. When Fender saw that, they were like, no, that's a direct copy. And then who did they hire? Chris Fleming, a 20-year master luthier. See the connection to that? No wonder why they got a letter. Cool breeze, you're late? LSL can just retool and make license plates? That's fucking funny. And I still get Gina. I'm gonna text you later because I can't ever get a hold of you. I know your time schedule is different than mine. I'm gonna have you look into somebody for me. People be scamming, yeah. LSL gave the Tone Nerds 2 of their highest-end guitars to review. In exchange, they read the anonymous letter on... Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of these shills and grifters they have non-disclosure letters and agreements in their emails and what they can say, what they can't. It's like a script. When you receive gear... So, like, when my channel came back and it was growing and I was monetized, I got a lot of letters from companies because of who I played for and what I've done. But the channel grew back up to 3,000 within a year and a half, 2 years, quick, from 100 people. I had 245,000 subscribers at one time. I had millions of, over 10 million views. When I deleted all that and then the channel lay dormant for years, that happened. You know, and why it went dormant is I went back into writing for the celebrities and superstars. They're like, oh, you're playing again? And then all of a sudden the money gets thrown at me. So then I left. And then I was opening with bands and playing with guys with bands like Quiet Riot and everything. And so then that happened. And but a lot of people don't understand that I've only been on YouTube out of 20 years that my page has been actually on YouTube. It's only been active for 3.5, 4 years. So there's a lot that goes into stuff. Before you say stuff, you have to know what that person has actually done or is doing or how it, what happened. Nobody pays attention to detail. Nobody, like Rick Beato talking about, oh, the new CEO, the new guy at Fender. He's not fucking new. He's been with Fender. Bud Cole's been with Fender for, I mean, he worked for Servco and was the Fender liaison over in Hawaii to the Asian. He's been with Fender for 15, 20 years. He's not new. And Fender has not been bought and sold by Servco. Servco has been with Fender since 1985, buying all the shares. They're not a new company, and this is, oh, Fender's got some new owners, so they're going out. No, that's all bullshit, all lies. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You're juiceless? I don't have no more needles, but I got some gel for you, Gene. Yeah. Yeah. And isn't Phil McKnight married? Didn't he say he was married? Because when he was on that podcast, there was no ring on his finger. And Gabe's already taken, so I don't know what's going on with that shit. What's up, Brooklyn? You're here for the gay jokes? Tennis Nuts got tons of them. Were you here the other night when that guy Wayne asked me if I was gay? I said, ask his mother. Should I call him son? I said he disappeared quicker than my money in a strip bar because his mom's expensive. That was the end of it. All right, Gene, I'll text you what I need as a favor. Dude, I've been on Ozempic for fucking 2 years. I'm going to tell you, that shit doesn't work. It works. It's good for my A1C. I'm diabetic. I've been diabetic since I was 40. I'm 60 for 20 years. Ozempic doesn't make you lose a lot of weight. Cocaine does. But I don't advocate that. Ozempic will make you lose 5 to 10 pounds. If you take Ozempic and you don't need Ozempic and you're really thin and you want to be thinner, it'll work. You'll look like fucking the Osbournes. But other than that, it ain't going to help you. And all these people like the Osbournes, they don't fucking cook. They don't eat at McDonald's. They got chefs in the house. Really? She runs everything? Is it Andy Wood? Does he live in Knoxville? No, I'm just kidding. See, there you go. There's a gay joke for you, Brooklyn. My sister's gay, so I can make gay jokes. Now this feels the neck does feel. This neck is a little wider than my other RG. I missed it. Ozempic fucked you up? What strat? The other strat? Yeah, the other strat sounds good, don't it? And it's a fucking Squire for $200. Fucking sounds better than my real strats. Ask his mother. Yeah. She's expensive in the strip bars. $500 make you holler. Oh, when McBuck Philip McKnight, yeah, he got caught selling inspected guitars that weren't inspected at all. Yeah, he's a scammer. He's an opportunist. But you got to remember, he owned a music store, and he did. But it wasn't successful. It folded. That's why he had to go to Reverb, because he's not a businessman. So that's why I'm baffled why Gabe's even fucking enticing the idea of talking to him. He's just and this is where Philip is wrong. He's got a big social media page. No one gives a shit about your playing. We just want to see you open a guitar. I mean, that whole nice guy thing is okay, but I want to see what you're doing sometimes. Am I a huge fan of him? No. I like watching him open up guitars and talking out of his ass, especially when he's wrong or he contradicts himself or, sometimes he's got good things to say. But am I gonna go by what a fucking social media person's telling me? Yeah, that fucking cheeseburger's great. Go get one. I'll try it once on my own. If I think it sucks, it sucks. I'm not gonna trust anybody else to tell me what I need to know. I'm gonna go find out on my own. Trump guitars. I saw a picture of one. What did it do to you, Michael? Oh, the Ozempic? Ozempic didn't do nothing to me. But I do get sick here and there. You get your own Ozempic? Is it white? No, just kidding, Brooklyn. You're still fucked up from it? What did it do, man? You can vouch for Stu Mac's new Kleenex cleaner. Shit works great. Kleenex cleaner. What is Kleenex cleaner? I fucking use Lemon Pledge. Or a fucking furniture polish. You can go get a furniture polish for like $3 at Home Depot. All oil's got, it's just oil. Yeah, Scar My Guitar is kind of funny. You'll have to email it to me. Scar My Guitar, again, it's like a shilling Chinese company. I don't have nothing wrong with people trying to do that and make a channel for themselves. But for fucking God's sakes, don't tell me a fucking $200-$300 guitar that you get shipped from overseas is going to be perfect. You know what I mean? It's going to need work. But I like Scar My Guitar because I think he's funny. You know, but when, like, there was a guy, I go, why do you show Chinese shit so hard, man? I go, see, here's the problem. Everybody's gotten used to the idea of these guys doing the gear reviews and these Chinese products coming in, but they don't realize how damaging it is to our country as a whole. Now, I'm not against Chinese guitars, like that Squire that I got. It's licensed by Fender. The Gretsch is licensed through Fender with China. My Jackson is licensed through Fender. This is Ibanez, licensed through Ibanez, and it's Indonesian. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that, and you can get great deals. That Gretsch was $225, and I put a $60 pickup in it for $300. The fucking thing rocks. Here, we'll get that down. It's right behind me too, isn't it? Maybe you get to see the back of the shirt. That's a pretty color. I'm not a big orange guy in red. Chill Cat guitars. Yeah. He likes Chill Cat because he probably made a deal with him. You don't like talking about it in public? I will watch these guys operate in their element all day long, but then Pierce, Beato, and Sean Toners all jumping out to get cheap views. Yeah, it's all about clicks. That's all YouTube's about. That's all Instagram. And Jonathan Nathan Cord is another one. Got fired from True Fire, just like Rhett Shull. And then what's he do? Fucking Cord is shilling Beato and fucking Shull. Two of the fucking goofballs here, right? Don't know shit between the both of them. Whoops. You know, this is made by Fender. Or Fender licenses it. It's a Gretsch. I bought it brand new from Guitar Center. Now it's got a different tone thing on there with the cab. Is this the greatest guitar I've ever owned? Fuck no. I think it's a great guitar for the money. I think I need to change the tuners. I mean, it's an okay guitar. Is it better than the Squire? I don't think so. Let's see. I probably could just put that back up. Now let's put another guitar up there. Maybe I should put the cheaper ones down there. Now, again, I'm not a big fan of the neck as far as the gloss. You know what I mean? Even with less gain, it's got better tone than that. This is a way better guitar than the Gretsch. Oh, the Seagull Company, yeah. So is Godin. Godin makes great guitars too. You're against all imports? Well, if it's licensed by Fender, I'm okay with it. Like if Gibson or you know what I mean? Like some of the like if you're commissioned to make it, I'm fine with that. You know, but like saying I don't know, a Feasley guitar, or what's the one Guitar Max is always, the Max Fusion. What guitars are those? I just not into them. If they're not licensed for quality control or whatever, I rather, especially if you're buying guitars like that, then you got to send them back to Amazon or something. I've never tried that. Have you ever bought a guitar from it? Has anyone ever bought a guitar off Amazon? Like, what happens if you don't like it? Do they give you your money back? Do you send it back to Amazon? Yeah, and I don't even have a problem with the gear. It's because a lot of parts are made in China anyway. You know, same with phones and stuff. It's just the way of the world, you know, all our medicines. But they need to bring the jobs back here, too. Yeah, the Squire, this is fucking an awesome guitar. I would have never thought. This would be a great guitar for AC/DC, and then you don't have to change your gain. If you need more gain, you just change the guitar. This is, well, before you buy a Squire, though, this is a 50s vibes. The body is different than a normal Squire. This is all pine. This thing is heavy. It feels like a USA. I saw a guy selling one of those guitars here. I never tried one. Amazon gives you a label and you bring it back. All the music in Knoxville will tell you stories about Andy. Really? What kind of stories? Yeah, like I've never bought a guitar off Amazon, so I don't know how that works. Like I've bought guitars off eBay and Reverb, stuff like that. If I buy a guitar off, if I buy any gear out of Guitar Center, I always have it shipped to the store. So I look at the store. I try it at the store, I look at it at the store, make sure because I don't want to go back. I'll be honest, I'm fucking lazy. I just want to sit in my mom's basement like Big Jake Music and do meth all day. I'm going to write a song called that. Meth. The Method Madness. What's up, David? So again, even if you don't like these necks, I bought this for like $225. It's got great tuners on it too. Skunk Stripe, nice tuners. You probably could put a Warmoth neck on here. Get it like a nice $200 Warmoth neck. Or call Uncle Larry. I'm sure he's got something laying around. Damn, dude, I thought I lived in the sticks. What state you live in, Sasquatch? And do you play guitar, by the way? Or you just were intrigued by what they were saying? And he plays 2 shows a year on a website. They have the rainbow crosswalk in front of the venue. Bijou? It's so gay. It's a gay nightclub? They got actual, like, on the bar stools? Or is it just the pole? I'm just kidding. I bought from Sweetwater. It was a great experience. Sweetwater has always done me right. Yeah, like a lot of companies here have always been well. I mean, I'll buy something if it's something I can't get. But I'm one of the guys that if I can find it used and it's something that I've been looking for, I have to touch and play it. Like, no, it's kind of like here's the problem, and this is why I do this. You ever open a fucking magazine and you see that big juicy hamburger from McDonald's, and then you go to McDonald's and it says a little ratty piece of shit burger? I can't deal with that. So I have to see it. Like when I saw this with the grain in there, I was like, what the fuck is that? I ain't never seen a Squire that looked that fucking badass. Then I picked it up, I was like, oh, wait a second. What is this? And you can hear the difference. They said these pickups are noisy, but I'm running high gain. I'm going through a monitor. I'm fine. You play live in your bedroom? See, like, that's another new thing on here. Doing the live streams and asking for donations so that you don't work. And you don't monetize your channel so you get copyrights. So you ask for Patreon donations. I don't know if I'm cool with that. What's up, Tortured? I've seen a couple of your stuff. It's getting better. I'm proud of you, bro. You're doing good. Keep it up. Yeah, Tortured's trying to do a music journey. Started playing again and everything. The Bacon King? Yeah, I can't lie. That's a good one. I used to like what was it called? It had onion rings on the burger with like barbecue sauce from Burger King. I can't remember the name. The Westerner, the Texas. That had this weird, it was a double cheeseburger, but it had barbecue sauce with the onion rings. I love that burger. Really? Been about 30 years since you played live? Yeah, it's a 50s vibe. I might buy another one. I really like this a lot. I thought I may sand the net. How's that one go? Can I remember old ZZ Top? It's coming. No, wait. How's it go? that. Is that it? Look at that. Figured out Sharp Dressed Man on my own. You just do it for fun? Redo? The rodeo burger. That's it, bro. Many tunes in G, yeah. Because it's the natural tuning. G in 440, G major in 440, Z minor. E, B, E, B, E, B. What's the next one? B and G. Or you could go G and D, G and D. So if you do it like chords. So you do, and then you got A and D, A and E. What would that be? A and D. Oh, a D. Duh, I fucking can't think. So this is all G E minor. So if no matter where I'm on the neck, and if you saw my last live stream, you'll see that I was talking about. I'll have to turn up some gain to play like that, but if I'm playing and I'm doing stuff really fast, the trick to the playing, especially with the resolves, if you can't resolve. If you don't know where to go to resolve, use your open string. Use your open strings to resolve. Yeah, Billy uses some weird gauge string. There was a nice fluid Rose Squire called the Stage. Yeah, we had a Stage Master. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, well, see, that's the other part too. Like, sometimes eBay, Reverb, Amazon is good because, like, if you're in fucking Alaska, I don't even know if they have a music shop in Alaska anywhere. You order it and it gets shipped to you. You know what I mean? So that is a good thing for certain parts of the country. I agree. You used to have a Stage Master? It did have a big chunky neck. No more music. You have a cap locks issue. No worries. I'm not sure which way it starts though. Maybe like that. Bayou, Knoxville. Tickets 803 Gay Street. Is it really called South Gay Street, Knoxville? Bullshit. No fucking way. It says Gay Street? The fuck, Tennessee? I got nothing against gays, but really? I know they weren't fucking calling that Gay Street in fucking 1964. I don't know why I thought of that. Look it up. Rainbow Walkway. Outside. Rainbow Walkway. It's the only place Andy plays. I'm going to ask him. Dude, he answered my questions. He forgot who I was, didn't he? Or do you think he was trying to be nice to me? I asked Andy some live stream questions. Now, he didn't answer it very well. So I asked him about bends and resolving your licks into chords, but resolving your licks into licks. So if you're here... Now that's A. Now A, you would want to go to either a D or an E. But he didn't know how to explain that. I was like, he went completely off track and talking about a B string and minor thirds and major thirds. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? That's not what he even asked. Maybe he was thinking about the Rainbow Walkway. It starts out with bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. I don't want to play it because it'll get a strike. Yeah, the tasty licks. Like, so when you're resolving, I was trying to get him to explain how do you resolve a lick. Everyone talks to go into chord tones. Well, that's fine. But if you're on E, that works too if you're on E. But why would you resolve it to C, which is the third? That sounds like shit. He didn't know what he was talking about. So if you read, here's an E and a B. So if you're even on there, you could go to a dominant second and back to a G. I don't know what he was thinking. Sharp Dressed Man, yeah, that's a cool song. As a non-profit cultural institution, the Biotheater is dedicated to fostering inclusivity in community by offering a vibrant space for live performing arts. What kind of art they fucking performing there? See, I don't know if it's... or that. That I can. Wonder if you could play it different. Let's see. There's a C. Where am I? You'd have to play it higher. Nah, it sounds like shit. You'd have to play it. I'm gonna have to relearn that. It's a cool song. Who said you can't shred on a fucking Squire? I'll take my 200 Squire and go to town on Andy Wood's fucking $4,000 Sir. They have killer bands there. 803 South Gay Street, Knoxville, Tennessee. Tennessee speaks the truth. Damn. So what are you guys saying? Don't ever fucking break down on Gay Street by yourself? Andy might find you. Andy might offer you a ride with Zach in the back of his truck. Where'd Sasquatch go? Do you play Sasquatch? Think I could fake some country in there? I don't even know. I'd have to learn YMCA. YMCA. Right? Is there a, like, if you play a gay bar, is there like a certain kind of song? Do you got to play certain? I've never played a gay bar or a gay place. Do you got to play certain kind of songs in there? Oh, you play guitar, bass, and drums? Here, let me play you some of my original stuff. Here, you can hear. We're going out on the road. I play with Dave Spitz from Sabbath. So I play with Dave Spitz from Black Sabbath and Patrick from Yngwie. Well, it's off to see. See, because I've seen people play that different. I don't remember how they play it. But I know Billy likes to play off chords. Like, I don't know if he's just like altering that kind of thing. Yeah, we got about 8 originals we're working on too. We're going out. We're gonna go out on tour at maybe the end of this year. We start rehearsing around the 27th. There's all kinds of stuff on there. That's all. This is all me. The guitars, drums, and bass. I'll play a little. These are clips I had that I used for the channel. I can air guitar this. How's my air guitar? Oh, you like the tracks, Night Owl? Yeah, there's a couple more. Let me see. You want to hear more? Look, and these are all, they're simple. Let's see. So this one is octaves. And then it goes. Stuff like that. Let's see what's in. That's all good. Backwards triads. I don't know if I have a guitar in tune with that. Can't remember what I played this in. When I originally recorded that one, it was a drop D. That kind of stuff. Yo, Billy Corgan, yeah. Hey, what's up, Vinny? Your biggest fear is if you die, your wife sells your guitars for what? Yeah, some guy's gonna come in. You know, this is a little beat up. I know he told you it's worth $7, but you know, in the condition, you know, this is stripped, so I give you $3. That's fucking funny. Billy Corgan, like those actors, yeah, they're fun thing. And I do a lot of it's resolves. Like if I go E, I end on the A, which is the dominant second, but what's in my A? E. What did I start with? E. And it's my G. So, and then I go back to the E. So, you know, it's stuff like that. And this is D to E. Just they're not really. It's more on how it's played, like produced with the quick little licks. You know, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. That's why I say you got to do those quick licks. You know, those little quick licks. You throw those little quick licks in there. It doesn't take away. You're not doing big runs. Those big runs kind of take away from when you're trying to get a feel in there. Those little quick short licks work good. Ask Tommy Boy about gay. Yeah. Yeah, and you guys are just tuning in. Check out GD Sasquatch's channel. He breaks down Rick Beato and Rhett Shull way better than I do. I can just tell you that they're frauds because I'm in the industry, and I never heard of any of these fucking people. None of them. Like this Henning guy over in Europe saying that he lived in LA and he was doing jingles. Listen, the biggest producer out there of jingles is Robert Sarzo, and he's been the big guy. He's the conductor. He's considered a conductor of music out there, and he's good friends with me. So I talk to Robert all the time. He's never heard of Henning either. These guys lie out their fucking asses for clicks and bullshit, and they all bullshit everybody. They're just full of shit. That's their story, and they're sticking to it. It's kind of like all this stuff like Rhett Shull. When Bud Cole comes out and just says, basically, piss off, we're not suing anybody, they got caught in a lie. The Rhett Shulls, the Cordas, they're suing everybody. So they have to backtrack, and they double down on it, but through feelings. That's the guy telling you. There's no lawsuit. Where's the letter? Where's the court docket? Show me a fucking court docket that they're being sued. There is none. Yet. That's what I mean. Oh, you was wrong? You was wrong? Give me all your loving? How's that one go? Fuck. Give me all your love. I keep thinking huggy, kissy. Ain't that Georgia Satellites? Yeah, the big guys don't have to. Yeah, that's 100% right. You don't see Eric Clapton talking about what Gibson did or Fender did or John Mayer about the PRS bullshit with the letter. And LSL actually are the ones that were responsible for PRS getting involved with the Silver Sky because they brought that up as a point, so Fender had to send them a letter too. But can you blame them? No. Yeah, it's always been full of opportunists, but the problem is with YouTube being out there, now it's visible in front of your faces, and if they say it enough, they think that you're going to believe it, and a lot of people will, because they're stupid. Infomercials sold. You can get people to buy anything if you talk about it long enough. Oh, it must be good. It sold 1 million units. Yeah, but 999,000 of them came back. They don't tell you that part. That's the other infomercial late at night. Class action lawsuit. If you bought this and suffer from this, or you bought this product and lost your hand, contact us. Billy Hybrid strums, bro. Billy Hybrid? What's Billy Hybrid? I don't know that. You mean Billy Corgan, the way he plays? Or the way you play? Actually, I thought this neck felt different. Let me play the other one now. I'm starting to get into, I didn't play Ibanez, Charvel, Jackson for a long time. I have them, but I don't have like these kind, and I'm starting to like these kind of guitars again. Actually, over the Kiesel and. I think that's how I redid that song. Oh, my Zion guitars? Dude, I should have never got rid of those. Gone forever. I used to be endorsed with Zion guitars. Phil Keggy was endorsed, and Ty Trebor from King's X. I used to be. You're copying it, so don't steal it. Your glory. Yeah, my wife's got melanoma. She just found out. So she's been upset. I told her, don't worry, I'll take really good care of the kid. Then I'll call Wayne's mom back up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Wayne's mom. No, but she does have melanoma. Tracy found out, Vinny, she's got level 3, which is 70%. So she's gonna go see a specialist. But yeah. So I got this guitar today from Aaron at Guitar Center for $500. This guitar over here, this Charvel cost me $500. This Charvel over here cost me $500. That we won't talk about. This one, $500. My other Jackson, $500. The other Ibanez, $300. You don't need a fucking expensive guitar. Yeah, thanks everybody. Does it flutter? Let's see. Yeah, tighten it up though. Yeah, gotta tighten that baby up though. Man, this fucking thing flutters good. Might be my new favorite. Man, I forgot. Scooter Braun? Yeah, Scooter's a piece of shit. And Scooter bought the company from Scott. His name was Scott from DreamWorks. So Taylor Swift dad, I think they're from Pennsylvania. I forgot where they came from. But Taylor was like 14 years old. Taylor Swift's dad was a multi-millionaire, like probably worth $100 million. He was a Marilyn Lynch CEO. He uprooted the family so that he can work on the daughter's career, and supposedly Scott from DreamWorks had left, but he had no money. And he was going and looking for people to sign to a label where he had no money to start the label. In walks Mr. Swift. How convenient. That story is so full of shit, it fucking reeks of P. Diddy. He was a financial advisor for DreamWorks. Scott knew him through the company and investments. And that's also why Swift's dad got so rich. They moved to fucking Tennessee, and within 6 months his daughter was signed to a label. It just so happened that Taylor Swift's dad was the one fronting the money for Big Machine Records with Scott. And then Scooter ended up buying it from under Taylor's dad, and he had a fucking hissy fit. It's a big fucking mess, but what it was is, you know, they put a lot of pressure on Scooter. But the problem was Scooter was smart enough to get under the guidelines and fuck Taylor Swift's dad. At the same time, you know, Scott got out of it, Scott Boucher or whatever, Boschetta or whatever the fuck his name is from DreamWorks. That's a messed up fucking story. And I ended up helping her get started. There was a bunch of people. Mitch Malloy. There was all kinds of people writing that shit. Yeah, the melanoma is treatable. Dog, did you see the strat? Yeah, the Strat plays well too. I really like the Strat, man. That's a great guitar for the money too. Like I don't know why everybody jumped on that Fender bandwagon. It's a nobody in the business. Like even if you're somebody in the business, no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? Go buy whatever the fuck you want to buy. Billy Gibbons highlights from. And I could use this at a rock show. I got no problem with this. Maybe I'll put a fucking Duncan rail in here. Can you imagine if I show up with fucking play with Patrick? Well, Patrick played with Yngwie. He had Strats. I guess they wouldn't mind. You just have to tighten it. You know what I mean? And I think you could do them. You could do them on most of the guitars, the whammy stuff. We'll see. Will the Jackson do it? Wait, that's the way to whammy test them. You gotta whammy test them all. almost like the strings are still fucking vibrating. They sound out of tune after I do that. It's back in June. The acoustical Luna. That's a great acoustic. Yeah, I did. It does the David Gilmour really well too. I play with a bunch of different tones with it. Man, I'm starting to really like the Ibanez stuff again. I don't know why. I guess you're never satisfied, right? I think you were telling us about that. Yeah, Dean filed Chapter 11. So Dean has a bunch of lawsuits against him with, obviously, Gibson is... So here's the thing. Everyone's talking about how Fender's European lawsuit, which wasn't a lawsuit, it was a judgment, is affecting what Fender's doing over here, and that's not true. It's the win against Dean that opened the door for Gibson in 2025. The only thing they lost in the lawsuit against Dean was the 335. They won the Epiphone, they won the Explorer, forgive me, the Explorer, the Les Paul, the V, something else. The SG? The SG. The only thing they couldn't use is the 335 because the construction of a 335 being semi-acoustical, acoustics have to be made a certain way for functionality. So they lost the copyright on that. But that's what actually opened the door for Fender. And then the judgment. So because Fender was hurting, because they couldn't so a patent is not renewable and it expires and you can't reapply for it either. Once the patent's done, it's done. Which is a really shitty thing because Fender did it the right way and patented the body shape and no one could make it. The problem isn't Fender's fault. It's the fucking government and the patent office's problem. And what happened is they couldn't reapply or do anything. So Gibson won the lawsuit last year and opened the doors for that. And what I think is going to happen with Dean is I think they're going to go out of business. I think they're filing for bankruptcy, redoing all the accounts and the money. And I think they're going to take the money and fold. I think that's what they're going to do because there's 2 more lawsuits against Dean that haven't gone through yet. They have to hit the courts, and that's by the Dimebag estate, Dimebag Darrell's estate. Men at Work? Yeah, they're a great band. I love all the 80s bands. Simple Minds. Dude, they even got like David Bowie back then too. Put on your red shoes and dance. Yeah, and the ML is probably Dean's biggest thing. And the other part of that is Dean Zelinsky, who sold the company like a Leo Fender, is now commissioned to make the dime guitars. So the estate has made a deal with Dean Zelinsky. So here's the other part of this. Like Leo Fender, why do you sell the company? Is it for quick cash? Like, why do you sell a great company and then open up other companies, sell it, open up another company? Like, why did Dean Zelinsky Was he pushed out of? See, like there's stories that we don't know about, like where he pushed out private equity as the shareholders. Like there's a whole thing that we don't know about in there. Yeah, the Dimebag estate has, I think, 2 lawsuits against Dean. So I think for Dean to restructure before the lawsuits, I think that they're restructuring. They're going to take the fucking money and claim bankruptcy because then they have all that cash and they can eat it up in paperwork, and that cash is just fucking gone. You're lifting weights? Are you doing? Are you on the Tom fucking workout? You got 2 6-packs you're curling? You need a guitar with a whammy for a dog? Sell and liquidate, yeah. And then liquidate again. Yeah. And you could do that a couple times and then just fucking be done. That's why I think something's going on funny with Guitar Center. Guitar Center holds bonds, and they keep paying the bonds. And there's an issue there. And I don't know how deep I can get into that, but they're going to go public. But the problem I have with them going public is the private companies don't reap the rewards that they should be getting because they're private companies. So because you're selling brands as a company, like your Guitar Center is just what? A bricks and mortar building. You don't really own the inventory. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going public, what are you going public for? The name? Because what you're selling you don't own except for your stuff. And if you think you're going to push them out and start doing more of your stuff and bring in a Philip McKnight to do more of your stuff and sell bigger margins because you're trying to push your stuff, you will fail. Like, Gabe is a really smart, and he's like some kind of nuclear engineer, but he's not a musician. He's not a band guy. He doesn't know what musicians need or want. He's listening to a fucking dweeb like fucking Philip McKnight that's never done anything in the music industry except have his fucking guitar shop closed down because he didn't know how to manage it properly. So why would you even fucking listen to anything from him? Like, do you listen to the guy that fucking drove Best Buy into the ground, or do you listen to Elon Musk? I don't care if you hate him. He's fucking smart with money. Everyone ragged on him. Oh, he's losing money. Now he's a fucking trillionaire. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know the Guitar Center name holds value, but what is their end game? Because they're doing something that I know they're going to go public with shares, and that'll bring in a lot of money. But when you go public and you put shares into a company like Guitar Center, it's kind of frauding people because you only own the name. You don't own Fender, you don't own Gibson, you don't own PRS, and that's the stuff that's making you sell gear. What else are you selling? You're selling a lot of guitar strings, a lot of basses, a lot of keyboards, and some drums. You don't own DW. You don't own Yamaha. You know what I mean? So where is the value of buying Guitar Center stocks when you go public? Because if all those companies pull out, which I think that they should do, and I think that Gibson should get with Fender and open a fucking historical outlet, the Gibson Fender, and then let them open up their own Sweetwaters. Let them open up that you can buy direct from them. Let them reap all the rewards. Let them go public and get billions of dollars in stock. And then they can cut the prices down. So a custom shop is not $5,000, it's $2,500. It would benefit everybody in Guitar Center. The middleman's cut out. You know what I'm saying? It's a great idea to go public, but it's also a great idea for Fender and Gibson to do that. And it's a great idea that they open their own shop. Because if they open bricks and mortar buildings, they can sublease it out. And what I mean is you can get like a Subway or a Starbucks in there. You can get like You can get a computer company in there with computer tech stuff that hooks into some of this computer new age stuff and the new AI and the new. I would go high tech with Gibson and Fender. I really would. And I would make a deal with like Fractal and Kemper. Fractal and Kemper is direct. You buy all their stuff direct. So why not have them a part of your store with Mesa Boogie as the amps from Gibson and Epiphone, and you got Fender Charvel and the Charvel Custom Shop. You can order direct from them, or you can order from their website, ship it to the store. They need to change their model of what their company is, and I think that they should go out on their own. Fuck Guitar Center, honestly. Do away. That would put Gabe and he'd lose all his fucking money in his shares and go in public. And then, because why buy into Guitar Center? Like, what are you going to get out of there? For 20 years or however long Guitar Center is open, they've been bankrupt, owing money, restructuring, file Chapter 11, redo the books. Why would I invest in a company like that publicly when they can't run their own finances? Think about it. It's a great idea and sounds great. Let's invest in Guitar Center. But wait a second. Guitar Center's been in the red all these fucking years. I want to invest in a company that doesn't know how to manage their corporation? No, thank you. No, thank you. But would I invest in Fender and Gibson that have been around since the 50s? Even if it's sold once or twice? Absolutely. It's a historical company. Think about it. That's a great idea. They could hurt a lot of companies if Gibson and Fender united. Because think about that. That's 30% and 34% of the market. That's 64% of the market. When you hold 64% of the market together, bring PRS in there. That's 75% of the market. What's Guitar Center going to sell for 25%? Nothing. And you save some money. Slash your prices. Prices direct. The direct Gibson Fender outlet. Fuck yeah. Who wouldn't go in there? I would. You know what I mean? Shop where the pros are. Well, what do the pros play? Charvel, fucking Gibson, Fender. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Guitar Center guitar. He said he was going to come out with a guitar. And then you got Philip McKnight, who's bashing corporations. And you got Rhett Shull bashing corporations. But yet they side with McKnight and shill McKnight. And who's McKnight talking to? Guitar Center Corporation. That's not good at finances. Really? Really? I'm going to put all my money in a bank that can't manage money and fucking had to be saved by the government 5 times with bailouts? No, thank you. Or uninsured? No. Not me. Hell no. Hey, Sasquatch, you gotta do some. Do you do live streams, bro? You gotta do some live streams. That would be awesome. Sell the soul. You think Fender and Gibson are trying to get a hold of their IP? Mr. Night Owl. A little smart, aren't you? Yeah, talking about IP. Trades versus margins. IP. Oh, we got a business guy. Mr. Night Owl. You fooled me. Yeah, McButt is the last person we should listen to. He can't even fucking maintain his own company. It's not even married. Almost got sued by fucking Rob Chapman and that Canadian company. Yeah, bashing YouTube, and YouTube's paying his bills. You know, and he's buying secondhand guitars from Guitar Center, a lot of them, and he's putting them on reverb. So I don't know if Gabe's giving him fucking like a backroom deal. Who knows how that's fucking working? There's more to the story than meets the eye. All you need 50 subs, and if you play music, they'll fuck with you if you don't have a streaming company. But if you can use like Restream. I use Restream. It's cool. They put your name up there. It's in the corners. You can use a free version. It's free. So, but if you don't have a problem with like if you're not playing music or whatever, like kind of like this stuff, my guitar was washed. Now it sounds great. Restream took care of that for me. And I do have there's reverb on here, isn't there? I forgot to take that off. I'm sorry. I forgot to take the reverb off. Let's see. Do you like to play around with double stops, 2-note leads, riffing? Yeah. Yeah, and it's a great way to resolve. So here you go. Watch this. That's a G chord. A chord. B chord. B. C. D. E. So even in this A minor right here. I also like double stops at 6. So if you put that clean on, let's see. Where's my clean? Is it down one? I forget. That might be a little loud, right? Sorry if I blew your ears out. So it's instead of above each other like a G, just put your finger on the third string above it. Here wouldn't work out so good, but you can do it. So then you can play them on different strings. So instead of just like a normal double stop, you can go. It's a cool way to play for sure. Oh, we could do the Strat now, right? Here you go. Let's do some more of the Strat stuff. I should be playing the Strat for that, right? Let's get that David Gilmour thing. Even an open string. G to A. You can come up with cool melodies like that, bro. Gibson Garage. Oh my God, tennis nuts. I'm stealing that from you. I'm gonna be a trillionaire. No, no. I want to be a trillionaire. Who get credit for McButt's nickname? That's Jerry gets credit for McButt. Philip McButt. He calls him McFlap. The first time I saw her McButt was when the guitarist got pissed at him 3 or 4 years ago. Oh, we called him McButt? AT&T needs help with... AT&T needs help the little guy. Yeah, they should send everybody free phones. His name's Rat. We could add some gain. Let's add some gain to it. Could do that minor third thing. See, like, those are double stops, too. Yeah, I liked Philip McKnight too. He seemed like a really nice guy. But then here's the problem. After time, true colors will show. Because somewhere along the line, they'll expose themselves. You give them an inch, and they take a mile. And you will always expose yourself through character flaws. Again, I've been doing this channel for about a total of 4 years. It's the same shit that I've been doing fucking 20 years ago. My channel has never changed. Except that I've told more about myself. These guys want to be superstars. The ego gets to them. The shit gets in their head with the views and clicks. You know, the Bad Brads and the Philip McKnights. Dude, like Colt Ford. To be honest, I wouldn't put that on my resume. I think the guy sucked. You know? I wouldn't do it, you know. Now, if I played with Jelly Roll, I'd put that on my resume. I think he's a great artist, you know, however he's writing those songs. I don't know who's helping him or how legitimate that is. But they'll always expose themselves. Like Rick Beato exposed his flaw of not knowing the industry by comparing fucking Fender to Charvel. And then a fucking Fender parts body of an EVH guitar, and EVH is owned by fucking Fender. I mean, and then saying that Bud Cole is a new employee when he's been with Servco through the Fender division out of Hawaii for 20 years. They're fucking idiots. Comic butt exposed himself. That's funny. Did somebody get caught like masturbating on a fucking live stream or a video or something? But you couldn't see, but you could see his hand like doing this, but you couldn't really see any. That's the bridge. What's up, Mechanic Jams? Nick who? Is that the guy that got caught? Oh. That lawyer? Yeah. Dude, there's so many people that get exposed, but the problem is they don't want to tell you about the new, all these great people that get caught. I was watching like true crimes. I just saw a guy who was a senator got caught in a hotel with like a 13-year-old boy. It's like, what are you fucking... Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like Jerry was saying, there's 400,000 people that went to prison for federal crimes for using GoFundMe. I mean, it's unbelievable. Look up how many YouTubers went to prison. There's tons of them. Because they get the money, like this Jack Doherty kid. He lives by me in Weston. Eventually, you're going to get in trouble. Why? Because you weren't born for money. You're just a stupid kid that doesn't know any better, and you end up doing something stupid because you weren't smart enough to just stay out of trouble. Yeah, he says he has a lot of friends at Fender, but he didn't call Fender, right? Fender's quality is trash. Bro, I've gone into Guitar Center and played. Not every guitar in Guitar Center, not every Fender's for me, not every Gibson's for me, not every fucking $6,000 PRS is for me. I have to wait. It looks and then how it feels to me. But I do know that I know certain things. The pickups can be adjusted. The height of the strings can be adjusted. And if you're smart enough, you'll walk into Guitar Center with tools in your pocket where you can make adjustments really quick. And then you'll know right away, you know, if you like the guitar or not. That's just my opinion. And if it's in your pocket, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Schillers are fucking out of control. The guitar nerd, and this nerd, and the tone nerds. Fuck off. Who the fuck are you in the music industry? Nobody gives two shits about you. Does Sasquatch know about Uncle Teabag? No. He doesn't know all the... So, yeah, there's his little boy, Zach Roberts. It's a troll of me. You got Uncle Teabags. Andy Wood tried to go after me. He failed. Tom tried to go after me. He failed. Zach tried to go after me. He failed. Sunday night, Wayne tried to go after me. He failed. Tom Bukovac is who he's referring to, Uncle Teabags. Famous Nashville guy that nobody knows except out of Nashville who likes to steal guitar strings. I got nothing against Tom. He needs help. because he hasn't been bugging me, so I got to give him credit. At least that talk with the FBI helped him out. Yeah, Fender's quality is fine. You're not going to find, every Fender you play isn't made for you. It's not that one guitar has mojo. It might be set up a little bit better. Like, I don't really like the glazed necks, but on this neck, it doesn't bother me. I don't know why. It just doesn't bother me. Maybe it's because of the weight of the guitar holds it down because the neck is sticky. You know what I mean? It doesn't slide real easy. So maybe because this is weighted really heavy, I don't mind it. But, that's the chance you got to take to play some stuff. You know what I mean? Everyone's a comedian. Damn late night for jams. Oh, Sasquatch's new to the group. I watched some of his videos and stuff, and they were fucking awesome. Yeah, so I had a problem with Big Jake Music, and he was trying to take me down as well. Oh, I don't care what your credits in the music industry are. I got 1 million more views than you. I'm prettier than this. You're also a fucking meth head and fucking drug dealer died on your property, Brad. I mean, shut the fuck up. You live in your mother's basement, you fucking wacko motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then they think that they're somebody because what? You got 1 million points. You've been in YouTube for like 10 years. I've been on it 3.5, and I got half of what you got in views. I mean, is that really, and you only got 8,000 subscribers. I'm at 3,000, back from 245,000 subs down to 100. Now I'm back up to 3,000. I mean, it's stupid. Yeah, I had to get the FBI involved. Because he doxed me twice. They call him Uncle Larry, Tom Bukovac. Another guy that thinks that he's so talented because he sucked Dan Huff's dick through his dad, who is the Nashville Pops director and doing sessions. Again, Dan Huff, not that he's a bad guitar player, he was the guitar player in Giant and sang. But, it was all because of the dad. Because if he was a fucking conductor in China, he would have never fucking had Giant, and Tom would have never met Dan, and Tom and Dan would have never been anybody in the music industry. It's just how it works. Now, I applaud Tom for using Dan, because Dan's a fucking moron. I don't care how good of a guitar player he was or a singer. He got used. And Tom grew up in a bar. Tom's got street smarts. He knew how to get in the business. Become friends with the guy whose dad controls Nashville, right? Oh, that was a coincidence? I think not. Yeah, Fenders are mass-produced in the factory. Yeah, there's quality control. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. They own 30% of the market. 30%. Do you know how many fucking guitars they're putting out a year? Millions. Millions. Of course, they're going to be traded in more. There's more Fenders than there is a fucking Tom Anderson. There's more Fenders than so you're going to have, because of percentages, the numbers are greater. You know what I mean? But then you look at the margins compared to trade-ins, margin value. Fender's not traded in as much as this, sir, because the amount of Fenders that are produced every year. Oh, Ivy's there? Hey, Ivy. I haven't seen you in a long time, girl. I bet you're tall. You're probably as tall as me now, right? She as tall as us, Vinny? Yeah, Dan's a really nice guy, but he gets taken advantage of. So Tom knew who Dan Huff's father was. Rick Beato knew that Rhett Shull's dad controlled the fucking Comcast through AT&T and all that shit. And they're also part of Big Machine Records. That's Noah Drake or Noah Guthrie did a tour with them. He's on Big Machine Records, and guess who's a part of that? Yeah, Rhett Shull's dad. Taylor Swift's dad. It's all a big fucking the Nashville Mafia. The blue guitar? This one? Or the Les Paul, the purple one? Yeah, asking questions. Yeah, that's 100% right. Sasquatch has it right. So here's the deal, bro. The more you ask questions to find the truth, you will get shit on because people don't want to hear the truth and they try to turn their people on you. I don't know what you're talking about. Like the other day, somebody had commented, I don't know what you're talking about, Tom. He's a legend and you can't play as good as Tom. Fuck off. And then they want to say something like, because they don't know who you are. And Tom is he's like the number one session guy out here. No, he used to be. Those days are dried up. They got kids that play for half the money. Some of these kids will just to get their foot in the door. They're more efficient. Technique has gotten better, just like the machining of guitars today. I mean, what's there not to say? He's on the downhill. That's why he has to sell gear on the side. That's why he sold his holy grails, his 58 Les Paul, Baby Puke, that was the holy grail of all fucking Les Pauls. What, you're selling holy grails? Why? Well, I got to remortgage my house. Well, then I guess you're not so successful. Yeah, Nashville's been dead a long time. It's all rock guys in there, and a lot of Australian or European guys are out there, like Cameron Rue with the fucking wrong attitude, who thinks he's fucking great. Just a dumb fucking kid. You know, that Justin Meyer kid who worked at Tom's shop, who thought that he would help him. He's another rich kid that was with all these vintage guitars. Vintage guitars are great, but you don't play vintage guitars. That's like touching your fucking untouched coin collection. Put that fucking back away. You know what I mean? Those are meant for investment opportunities, not to keep playing it. Every time you play that fucking SG or 58, you devalue it. Why? Because it's been touched a million times. You know, it's stupid. You know? It's like, do you want a woman that's been touched by a million guys, or you want one that's been saved and kempt? I'll take the save and kemp. It's more valuable to me. You know, that's the way I look at cars. It's the way I look at guitars. And again, this guitar is fucking great. It's a Squire. You put Rick was wrong in the title, Sasquatch? They make the videos about whatever you want. Rick was wrong. Yeah, you go after Rick or Rhett, and Rhett's a little squirrely too. He did something where you can't tag him no more, but you can tag Rick Beato in your description. You can tag like Tom. You can tag Andy Wood, but like Tim Pierce and Rhett, they found out how to get you not so that they couldn't be tagged no more somehow. Rhett Shull and Tim Pierce closed down Norm's Rare Guitars. That's the funniest fucking video I've ever seen. Like, screaming girls want to see some fucking 70-year-old hack guitar player that played on, you know, Rick Springsteen's tour back in like 1984 and Rhett Shull's fucking Groucho Marx hair with his rich dad. Nobody gives a fuck who these two are, and we closed dorms down. Why? You ain't anybody. You let that shit go to your head. Yeah, a lot of grifters mention, yeah. Yeah, they try to attack and they try to turn their audience on you. It's like I commented on Andy Wood's live stream. He answered my question. He didn't answer it properly, but he didn't come after me. He either forgot about who I am or he knew and just tried to play it off. Yeah, kind of. I think Robert Baker helping Dan Huff is kind of like the same avenue that Teabags went down. I'll help you do your channel, man. If you need me to play on a record, I'm a great 80s shredder. I can handle that. And then you make your mark, you get in there, you get on the record label, you're introduced to some record people in some studios, and the next thing you know, you're fucking the guitar player for Kid Rock. I mean, I'm not fucking stupid. I wasn't born exactly yesterday. You know what I mean? But they're trying everything they can. And Robert Baker's a nice guy too, but, you know, do it the right way. Just fucking straight up ask him, hey, Mr. Huff, you know, I'm a friend of Teabag and Guthrie and all these guys. Is it possible you could get me in there? Be honest with them. Yeah, it's all in the tuning pegs. Yeah. You have lawsuit. Will be getting paid out soon. Who are you suing, McKnight? You suing Beato or Universal Music? So that's the other thing. Sasquatch probably don't know about that. Do you remember how Rick was crying about Universal Music and all that stuff and the copyrights? That kind of disappeared. I kind of put an end to that too. Bill Aikman, who's ahead of Perishing Square, was also on the board of directors for YouTube. YouTube's owned by Google and Alphabet Inc. and then Perishing Square. I've known him since I was a kid. I used to play in a band called Expose. And back when I was a kid touring, I played like Limelight and China Club in New York. And it was way before he was even a hedge fund guy. He just loved music. That's how he ended up doing the Universal stuff. Here's a hedge fund guy and he's in charge of music. He's a cool guy, but he was in charge of music. Yeah, songwriters can use AI. And I was at Target. I'm going to have him come in. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a drummer he's Shinedown's drum tech. He lives like 20 seconds from me. I just saw him in Target. I was with Tennis Nuts on the phone. Tennis Nuts hung up on me because I was like, so Tennis Nuts, that's who I ended up seeing at Target when I was talking to you. He's the drum tech for Shinedown. Hey, by the way, Vinny, because Vinny's friends with, so Godspell Ronan on here, that's my buddy Vinny. He grew up with Brad and Jason Todd from Shinedown. He grew up with them too. That's how I know Jason and Brad Stewart is through Vinny. And then they play with that Brett Scallions I knew through Robbie Jeanette, who did work on this Brett Scallions Fuel album. And Robbie Jeanette is Abby Jeanette's brother. Robbie Jeanette I knew from Saigon Kick, and his little sister ended up marrying Brett Scallions. So there was like a connection there with that. And then, you know, but the drummer for the Shinedown drummer's drum tech lives 30 seconds, 20 seconds down the street from me. I'm going to have to bring him in here. He's got a bigger studio than me. Incredible drummer himself. You can look up Shinedown drum tech. He's on there. They let him play drums here and there. He's fucking really good. But we were talking about AI and Target. AI is going to be used real time for vocals at live shows. It's coming. It's coming. It is so fucking close that it can make Vince Neil sound like young Vince Neil. It's that good now. It's coming. I told you that I was brokering a deal a while ago. It's coming. This shit's going to hit the fan in about 2 or 3 months. You're going to see some old singers sound like they're fucking 20 years old. You're going to hear Sebastian Bach hitting the fucking highs from fucking Subhuman Rays. Shit's going to fly. And when you hear it, you're going to be like, what the hell, man? It's coming. Live time. Real live. No delay. No latency. It's going to be real time vocals of them. And they're going to be singing it, using it. Because you can't copyright a sound. You can't copyright a keyboard sound. You can't copyright a guitar sound. That's why this is going to be used this way and AI is being pushed. AI is going to put a lot of, not musicians out of business, but it's going to put a lot of producers and mix down people. And it's going to fuck up DJs. Yeah, I see the floating hearts. It's hard for me to know who it is, who's doing it, because I don't know how that works. How embarrassing to close down a store and then brag, yeah. The Robert Plant solo project in my riffs. Yeah, well, you knew Jason through Brad. Yeah, but you knew the other guy that put that whole Shinedown thing together. What was his name? Terry? I forget his name. I don't remember. There was somebody that was in charge of putting that Shinedown thing together. Yeah, that's why you need musicians. So my tracks... A band of brats, spoiled rich brats. Yeah, Jason Todd, dude, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. He's like just vanished. Boy George, talking about using AI to re-record his music. Yeah. A lot of these guys are gonna remat. So here's how they get their fucking mass. Can I say that? A lot of musicians, how you get your masters back is going to be used through AI. Once you use AI and you record it through that company, you make a deal with the AI company and then you fucking steal your masters back from the record labels. I didn't say that. That's why the labels panic. And let me check on my kid real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, yeah, he's good. He's playing. So I'll tell you a funny story about my kid. 7 o'clock this morning, my kid wakes me up. Daddy, huh? I feel great. I'm full of energy. Can I eat? I go, you didn't fucking sleep? No, I feel great. I guess. So I go to my uncle's house and I trim a bunch of trees, fucked my back up. I'm not made for that. Come back and he's passed out. He's up till 4 o'clock. So he's in the next room talking to his friends. He's 11 on the phone. Yeah, it's good enough to make David Lee Roth sound like old Van Halen. $20 years later. You didn't hear anything? Yeah, sometimes I get a big mouth. I probably shouldn't have told you guys that. I'll probably get in trouble. I don't get in trouble, but like I'll get yelled at because a lot of the record labels are panicking. So through AI, once AI is summoned in that AI company, once they remix the masters, they own the publishing on that. That's how you can steal your masters back. Yes, exactly. They're going to do what Taylor Swift did and re-record. Yes, sir. Peter Thornton. Yeah, I thought it was Terry or I couldn't remember the name. Yeah, he's the one. He's the brother of Matt. Carpool friends. So Vinny can tell you the whole Shinedown story. Peter Thornton put Shinedown together. Trouble. Troublemaker. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. The David Lee Roth screams. I was trying to. How I knew of this is about 2 years ago. I was trying to broker a deal with Boss in Japan to do like a TC Electronics. They have the Helicon, which is a voice pedal. So I thought about using AI to do a voice pedal where you could do patches so that girls can do actual real male vocals. So the patch would say MJ. So a girl could do a MJ Michael Jackson style patch for cover bands. But they said they couldn't do it over here because of legal issues. All right, Sasquatch man. Thanks for coming in here. And if everybody, please check out his channel. Get him going. He goes after people hard. He's a good dude. It's always a pleasure, man. You can come on here any live stream and talk about anything. Kelly Dean, Allen? Yeah. Yeah, Kelly Dean Allen. Yeah. So even if you're playing out a tune on AI, so like if I was recording something, so the way AI works is like a TC Helicon. So you plug the guitar into the TC Helicon, and then you plug that into your wireless. The guitar is filtering. So as I play an E minor chord, the pitches will transpose the notes to where they need to go. If you're close, if you're way off, it's going to sound like shit, even that way. But that's the same identical way that AI will be used. But instead of using the guitar, you're using an algorithm for the pitch, and it's in real time. Yeah, Eastman guitars, they're not bad. They're really good. You're still doing your tea bags workout? Some bush light? We Tennis Nuts, you gotta write a song called Gay Street. Maybe that Knoxville bar, whatever it's called, buys you will buy it from you. It's gonna have to be poppy though. What if you do like a country kind of song too? You could maybe do a country song. Let me think. Lyrics. What could you sing? And would you sing it like a Johnny Cash? Baker's. Oh, there you go, Scott. Scott's got it right there. You can turn Baker Street into Gay Street. Somebody's gonna do an IAI song like that. Love is on the way. I got Matt Kramer singing again, by the way. Matt's a good guy. I'm trying to get him to come out on that Legends thing. Remake Main Street, just like change it to Gay Street. Would you do it funky? How would you do it? GD, like God, but without the O. GD, and then Sasquatch. It's really cool. He goes after them hard. They got an Eastman Les Paul by me at that Guitar Center. I wonder if I should buy it. I think it's like, it was like 19. I think it's down to 1,200. It's like a Les Paul custom. They play almost exactly like the Les Pauls. So you could do like a really slow I'm the One. Sit on that bar. Somebody's. Yeah, Eastman's made in China. Disco it up. What's up, BK? You're imagining dumbbells with tea bags hanging on the end of the dumbbells. Yeah, Eastman is weird. That's why I say China, like the CNC machines have caught up to each other, like technology. If I was Fender and Gibson, I would just let them make the fake copies, but license them to make a fucking copy. But it would have a engraved serial number, like in the neck pocket and on the neck, like Chinese 801, Chinese. You know what I mean? And then that way I can control the quality of that shit coming out of there and still make money off of it. Charlie around a little bit. He'll be right back. An American line? I don't know. Kiss myself. So hot in the hot tub. Molly Hatchet. Almost feels like it should be like a Bee Gees thing. Viva night, viva night, viva. You don't have to show it. You know, with the high voices, with the fucking disco shorts, maybe some roller skates on. I don't know. I just picture Rob Halford in some fucking terry cloth shorts, some leather fucking roller skates with his hat, sunglasses, and a couple chains on with like a fucking white tank top. Hit it, boys. Somebody smack me. Freddie Mercury, kinda. Don Argot was the man. Hendrix chord, funky. Yeah, you could do the Hendrix. You got to make the Rick Beato faces though. Hi, Rick Beato here. He sounds like the Pillow Guy to me. Let's see. There you go. I got the music. Yeah, this thing fucking has some chime to it. Yeah, I was one of them. The makeup, the fucking mascara, eyeliner, rouge. I'll tell you a funny story. I got whistled out of the. I had a Corvette. I was getting gas. I had shorts on. Shorts, but I used to. What was that shit they used to use in the prisons that you could mix into a paste and shave your body with? I forgot what that was called. It was like a paste. So I used to be hairless. I had a pair of tight shorts on, pumping gas with my long blonde hair. I heard, "Hey, sexy." I turned around and said, "You fucking talking to me?" That fucking guy took off like a motherfucker. And his buddy that was driving was laughing so fucking hard. You just whistled to the dude, bro. You talking to me? See, let's hear the bridge. Yeah, it's a 50s vibe. It's called the 50s vibe. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix. Baby oil in my hair. Lately things don't seem so clear. Acting gay, but I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the guy. Thank you very much. Thanks for a dog. You inspired me. Now that one I figured I could do the lyrics, pull off a roller coaster. Magic shave, that's it. Magic shave. Yeah. Or blind your adversary. Yeah, for sure. We didn't think gay back then. What? We didn't think gay back then, so backdoor lover meant sneaking in the back door by the kitchen. Not what Rob meant. Yeah, sneaking in the refrigerator at night. Oh, you don't have... Dude, this is $200 Strat. Look at the wood grain on it. It's wood grain. It's transparent. It's beautiful. Look at the bar. It's like a real metal fucking, like a G&L. Now, and the tuners are great tuners. Let me see. This thing is heavy as shit. It's made from pine. It's really heavy. I would recommend, if you're going to try to find a Strat to fucking sound good, get a 50s vibe, man. $200. Schiller's Delight. I said, hip, hippity hip hip hop. Don't stop shilling until. My name is Rob and I shill guitars. Schiller's Delight. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've lost my fucking mind. I said hip hop, hibbity hop, hip hip hop, but don't stop rocking to the big big bang of the big big bang of Indie Wood in my can. Don't stop rocking to the big. That one. Butter my biscuit. I said margarine, but now you missed it. Cook it up. That sounds like Vanilla Ice. Dun 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 dun. Wood, baby. There you go. I buttered my biscuit. I said margarine, but now you missed it. Cook it up like a pound of bacon. Slap it on the grill. I ain't faking. Wood. Great show. I'll be at the Improv this weekend between. Woo! I don't know how to play Kiss. Prince. Anyone know how to play that? Kiss. You're out, Vinny? Peace out, brother. I'm going to come up there around August, I think. I'm going to go see Doc from Sabotage You, Pawn Shop Mike. And I think I'm going to go see Joe Wentz, who's doing a thing on August 2nd. Keep the shining side up. Tip your waitresses and try the veal. Instead of whip it, call shill it. You can chill it when you're in a mud and you feel behind. You can chill it. No, what am I doing? I'm starting to play Michael Jackson. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. Mahogany Chris. When you're in a, you can. Dude, there's all kinds of shill songs we can do. Anyone get some great ideas for a shill song? Type in. There's 35 fucking people. Come on. I don't know all of you. Put them up there. Put your fucking ideas up there. How many of you would actually buy from Fender Gibson outlet store? That's a good question. Maybe I'm going to do a little, I'll post a questionnaire. Kills the fools. There you go. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt. Oh no, I'm thinking of TNT. Boy. If the price is right, I'll shill at night. Instead of Thriller, do Schiller. You could do the zombie walk in there. Oh my God. Too funny. Chris, I'm wired. Walmart instant coffee is dangerous, but I get creative. Walmart coffee. Chilling After Midnight. Oh, that's a good one. Baby, oh, to the dawn. Hit me with your baby dick. Fire away. Wow, I fucked it up. I wish I could be Andy's wood. Somebody. Just an ad in the world. Chill me do. Oh my god. Too fucking funny, right? Be out as a friend. Yeah. What's the name of it? I don't remember. I wish that I had the subscribers. Oh my god, that's fucking funny. I would buy my subscribers. Oh my god. Teabags on the dock. Teabags on the dock. Oh my god. There could be something on that one too. Oh my god. Woke up to the sound of Jitty's rant. Jitty's rant. Why do I keep fucking playing it there? Goddamn big hand. Jimmy hand. Get in the way. Man, I can't play that and sing. I'm such a fraud. I remember grifters. That's a good one. Except I don't know the chorus part. Jesus. Jesus. Piece of Andy. Lying on the gay bar with some baby all in my hand. The wind would whisper, and I'm still a fraud in a darkened room, shilling gear. Oh my God. There's so many songs that you can make some funny ass songs out of. I forget. I forget how to play that one too. What was that band? That Collective Soul. Worst of Both Worlds. Go down to Guitar Center and sell some reviewed gear. Like I remember you. That's what they fucking sing to Philip McKnight. Philip McKnight. I don't know the chorus chord. Yeah, Candlebox. I forgot how to play that too. Man, I gotta go back to school. Fender left me far behind. Holy shit, that's a good one. Yeah, Candlebox still is really good. Puddle of Mud is too, but that fucking singer is a whack job, bro. You wore the cassette out when you were a kid? Candlebox had some pretty good songs. I'll tell you who I really liked in the 90s, Dishwalla. I think it was the 90s. Counting Blue Cars, Charlie Brown's Parents. Dishwalla was an underrated band for me. I really liked a lot of their songs. Now, Candlebox really didn't have no other hits, just that one, right? I think Puddle of Mud may have had more songs. Ugly Kid Joe was good too. Maybe I'm thinking Puddle of Mud singer. No, Ugly Kid Joe. One of those singers was kind of wacky. Like the band members wouldn't play with them no more. Dishwasher, they didn't finish cleaning your dishes. They were a good band. Whatever fucking happened to them? They like vanished. They did like a couple albums. Same with that. What was that other band? Live. I alone love you. I like that band too. What was the one song they had? Lakini's Juice. Yeah, Live had a good band. I Alone, Lakini's Juice was fucking great. Oh, this Wallace singer has a YouTube channel? What's it called? Walking on the Moon, All Over You. Yeah. Live was fucking when lightning crashes. Yeah. I really dug Lakini's Juice. That thing was fucking, you know, I used to play some, I forgot how to play a lot of that stuff. But even like, what's that other band? What was it? What do you think of it? There was another band that had something similar too. I can't remember the name of the band. Oh, Around the Lake Tonight. That was a cool fucking song too. Space Hog. Space Lord Mother. Oh, no, that wasn't them. Who's saying? Oh, Monster Magnet, right? Space Lord Motherfucker. I used to like that band too. Monster Magnet. That was a great. Everclear was good too. Man, like, whatever happened to all these fucking bands? Like, the 80s made it like a comeback. Like, George Lynch is out there touring. I see a lot of these guys. Where are all these bands? Are they playing anymore? Like, Everclear and the Toadies, that was it. Around the lake tonight. A Tonic, remember Tonic? If you could only see the way she Tonic had some good stuff too. Third Eye Blind, Collective Soul, yeah. See, like, even the 90s and going into the 2000s, there were still some fucking great bands. I mean, it wasn't the hair bands and the shred, but I still liked a lot of those bands, you know? Times changed a little, but those were some really great bands. Yeah, the grunge guys died quicker than the 80s guys. Possum Kingdom, yeah. That was a fucking great song. I didn't get to see a lot of those bands though, like live, because I toured all the way. I retired it in 1996, 95, 97, somewhere around there. So I was still touring with Expose. So it was like, oh, You're an All-Star. That's a great song too. So I didn't get to see a lot of those bands because of the touring. Yeah, they still had hooks in those songs. She fucking hates me. Yeah, like the Ugly Kid Joes and Puddle of Mud. Big Wreck was fucking awesome. Sponge was great too. Yeah, I forgot about that song. That's a great one. She likes sex and Marcy's Playground. Whew. Man, I forgot how to play all those. I forgot all about those. Say a prayer for me. That was a great band too, Sponge. Like, where are all these fucking guys at? They're probably working, right? Like, running fucking Fender. Fucking Guitar Center. Say a prayer for me. Stacy's mom, all the presidents of the United States. I forget Stacy's mom. What was the name of that band? that song's gonna be stuck in my fucking head now. Thanks, Scott. Say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for me. Fountains of Wayne. Oh yeah, Stacy's mom. That's it. Fountains of Wayne. Man, they're never gonna have bands like when we were younger. And then what was it? The 2000s, all like Godsmack came out, and you know, what was that one band from? Shit, man, there was so many bands in that era too. Filter, Godsmack, Chevelle, Skindred. Yeah. Smash Mouth. I don't even know if I remember any of that stuff. Kinda. Korn, yeah. Korn was great too. I love their version of what was that one song? Yeah. I just wish it went back in a full circle. Like, it would have been cool. She's gone. Hey man, nice shot. That's when I say, hey man. That was a great song too, man. Those songs, to be honest, those songs, like I've got up and played those songs at the end, like when everybody was fucked up in a bar. Even Avenged Sevenfold, like, want to see people go batshit crazy? You play Hey Man, Nice Shot, or you know what I mean, Godsmack, you know, Man in the Box, yeah. I forgot all those, man. How to play them all. That's what I in my eyes. Damn, that was a great song too. I did play a lot of Alice in Chains too. I did like Alice in Chains a lot. They had a lot of great songs too. Same like STP. STP had a lot of great songs. Like STP tours now, they got a new singer, but I don't want to see them. But if they don't have Scott Weiland, fuck that. Yeah, Lane Staley was fucking awesome, man. What a fucking singer. Angry Chair. Dude, they had so many killer songs. Them Bones. That was Japanese too, wasn't it? I don't remember, but it was something like that. I hear my kids singing Alice in Chains. Won't you come in? System of a Down was great too. I liked them just because they were Armenian like me. No, they had some cool songs too. System of a Down. Yeah, Scott could sing in different voices too. He's singing. Man, that would sound weird with the fucking Gilmore sound, right? Let's see. Oh, am I dropped D? It's like, what the fuck? You could almost create a whole new song with that if you did it clean. Dinosaur Jr., yeah, man. Sugar. Yeah, System of a Down I liked a lot. Just because there was like a lot of Godsmacks and those kind of bands. Machine Head and stuff like that. Then when System of a Down hit, it was so crazy. Like, bring your own beer to the party. Everybody come to the party, have a real good time. Bum bum, da-da-dum. I mean, it was so hardcore, and then it would like the tempos. It was almost like, I don't even know, like groove rock and rock mixed with metal, and that was a crazy ass band. Word Up. Word Up was great by Korn. That was that cameo song they redid. Word Up was fucking great too. Freak on the Leash. There were a lot of great bands, man. So many fucking bands disappeared. If you added up all the fucking cool bands from like even the 70s, you could take the 70s and 80s was a great era, and then the 90s, 2000s was a great era, and then after that it just fucking fell apart. Slipknot was pretty good too. I wasn't a huge Slipknot fan. I like Tool better. I like Tool a lot just because of the weird timings and the drums. But that's when music started to get real rhythmical too. And then a lot of bands was doing that drop D shit. Drop D shit. And everyone thought that was like the new thing. And I'm like, dude, Van Halen did that a long time ago. And there were other bands that did that too as well. I'm like, drop D's nothing new. That's already been done. They just did it really heavy. Yeah, 70s through the 2000s. Yeah. The Tubes? Fuck yeah, I love the Tubes. She's a beauty, one in a... That's Steve Lukather. It's when he was good. I don't want to see him playing with Alex Van Halen. I think that's gonna suck. Another boring ass. I want to see some fucking young kid in there with some fucking fire. I want to see a fucking guy on his way out. It's like, even, to be honest, I'm a pretty decent guitar player. If they ask me, I'd be like, no. Just go hire some fucking young kid and let him go batshit crazy. Play all the Van Halen shit. I don't want to see no fucking guy my age out there playing fucking White Punks Undo. Beauty, yeah, don't touch me. Yeah. Yeah, there's still some good music here and there. 68 through 98, yeah. For sure, because then you had like all those bands coming out of the, like, even the 70s, like Fleetwood Mac and stuff, like early Fleetwood Mac, early Genesis, and then watching them evolve too. There were some bands that came out really young, and then looking at like Linda Ronstadt and how she was hiring all these guys that ended up being the Eagles. That's amazing stories. Like, that's like so historic. But again, there's a lot of session guys or guys that were hired as hire-ons and then they ended up forming bands. You don't usually see that today. Like, it's like, no offense to Tom, but you were playing with Joe Walsh and Vince Gill and those guys. You never ended up writing for those guys where you were actually one of the core writers writing great songs for like a Joe Walsh. Like, you were a great session guy and you were great to fill in live, but you weren't one of the guys to keep as a writer because you never wrote great songs. And it's the same with Andy Wood. Andy Wood wants to talk a lot of shit and talk about all the lead playing and stuff, and that's great. But you failed Scott Stapp, and you're just a backup guy for Rascal Flatts. You never wrote anything that was any good. I don't know why these guys still end up, like Andy Wood even. Andy Wood's getting old. He's fucking grayer hair than me. It's like, dude, your time is over. I hate to say that. Guthrie Trapp, your time is done. Nobody wants to come see a fucking show with fat old men balding. I'm being honest. They don't want to see me either. I'm that fat old guy balding. I'm in my fourth quarter. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm not going to get 20-year-old girls out to the fucking gigs anymore so that they're attracting men. Those days are over. It's got to be really fucking cool fucking music. You'd have to be like a modern Eagles. You know what I mean? You'd have to have a band, that comes out like older guys. They would have to write some fucking life in the fast lane kind of shit that good for it, or Hotel California, but like a new sound of it on that level to actually attract people to that. Yeah, Don Henley became a dick. Never admit the fourth quarter? No? Why not? I'm going to steal all the bases. I'm going out with a bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. I'm going out with a jitty, jitty, bang, bang. We got more gators than guns. Yeah, it's a young man's game now. I'm not saying don't have fun and don't try or don't do anything. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But, I just wish these younger cats would actually learn from the older guys. Yeah. I mean, I'm all fucked up. I got hit by a dump truck. I've had my stomach cut open. I woke up early trying to cut my uncle's trees to save him some money, and I fucking hurt my back, and I had to take all kinds of pain medicine today, and it's starting to wear off now. But it gets to the point where, like, even if I did local cover gigs, I'm not bringing an amp. I would just bring the toaster and fucking two guitars and be done. Run direct. Those days of fucking hauling cabinets around, put them in and out of an SUV, fuck off. And then especially late at night, like if you're there 1, 2 in the morning waiting to get paid, and then you're fucking pulling shit out in the middle of the night, fuck that. Make my wife do it. Wayne's mom. I don't know. It's just, I don't think yeah, play for enjoyment. Exactly. That's why I don't understand why these guys like Philip McKnight, can't you just be fucking happy, bro? No one gives a fuck about you and the CEO. Just do your channel. Stop getting involved. No one gives a fuck about Philip McKnight. Who are you gonna get to? I don't. What's he in his 50s? You're not telling a 50-year-old man anything new. We're already fucking reached the point of being pretty smart as we got older in life. You're not going to sway me to buy a fucking Les Paul or a Fender Custom Chop or a fucking $200 guitar. I know what I like. I know it's good. I have what I'm going to buy. It's kind of like Bad Brad. He was talking about how Alex Lifeson went digital. Are you out of your fucking mind? He's got Hughes and Kettner core blades 15 years ago in his rack. Those are digital amps. The only Hughes and Kettner Trident amps he used were for power. If you look at, he was using G-Force. It was all fucking rack effects. He was digital back then, you stupid. What the fuck are you talking about? Everybody, the closer the eye would bring a Synergy amp. Fuck your Synergy amp. That's not what Metallica plays. John Mayer's using fucking Fractal. This guy's using Fractal. Steve Stevens. The best in the world. All these big bands are digital. They use tube power or solid state power. That's it. And they've been using rack gear since the fucking 80s. You think fucking, I remember when Alex Lifeson, when I was on stage and saw him, they showed me a setup. He had 2 computers with the Hughes and Kettner amps. And those were back when he had those dishwasher looking things on stage. Yeah, he's been using Fractal for decades, man. Absolutely, you know that. He's been using it since it was Fractal FX, and then he had the FX2. Like, everybody thinks this is fucking new. Might be new to Brad, but fuck. I've been using digital gear forever. Do I still like amps? Yeah, I like the way a power amp, tube amp, pushes a cab. But that's all I need to power. Other than that, I could give a shit less. Less gear for me. My buddies, that came to the show at the Vinny and Peace, the last bigger shows that I did, I had those little 215-watt stealth amps. And I was running my Fractal into that. My FM3. I had 1 cab and the 2 heads. And they're like, I thought that was a big EVH stealth head. I go, no, it's 2 little baby heads, 15 watts. They're like, you play with a live band with 215? I go, it wasn't even 2. I was playing 1. I had the Fractal running mono. Well, Alex had a lot of rack gear. And even me, I had a Bradshaw rig, but I was using Digitech. But even as long as Digitech's been out, Dave Mustaine used the 1101 Digitech, and I used it, and so many other people were using the 1101, and then the 2001 before that, the 2101 Artist, and they had the Piranha by Rocktron, and digital gear's been around for a fucking long time, long time. I was endorsed by Digitech, so a lot of that shit was free, but to put that system together wasn't. But I had a deal with Mesa Boogie. I wasn't using Mesa Boogie. I had an isolated cab under the stage, and I was running 2 what were they called? Valve 400 power amps, but they were solid state. They were Jerry Control used a Moss valve. I was using MOS valve, solid state power amps. I had two 500s. And I was running Digitech in the 80s. And I might have had, I don't know exactly what I had in my rack before that, but in the 80s, I started to get, I was like around 87 when I did the rack. Yeah, the Ultra. Then the FX3. Yeah, I got the FX3. I don't use it no more though, and you know, a lot of people are talking about like Fractal being easier to use or even Headrush than this. But this has got this is set up like an amp where it's got a lot of the controls, the bass treble, everything's on that toaster. These are really easy to use once you get into it. Oh, the Rion 400, yeah. Like those like the old strategy heads. What was it? The Mesa Boogie strategy. Power amps too. Those were good too. But I'll tell you what, those fucking things were heavy. Like the Marshall 9200s. Some of those power amps got to be fucking heavy. Like heavy. Like I couldn't even lift one now. They're really heavy, super heavy. Fuck that. Oh, I got one spot for a guitar back there. I'm getting tired. My back's starting to hurt, everybody. So I'll probably do another one on Friday, but it's going to be noon, like noonish, 1, 2 o'clock for the people on like Australian time and stuff in England. And then I'll be back. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably do, the live streams will be like Sundays, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and then a Friday like on a 1, 2 p.m. Just so you guys know. I think that's what I'm going to go with. And then when school starts or whatever, I'll have to change to Friday. But maybe 12 to 1:30 or something. The ones in the afternoon I won't be able to do on the Friday for a long time. Yeah, my pleasure, man. Thank you, everybody. It's always an honor and pleasure, and I have a lot of fun with you guys. I love this channel. I love it doing the live stream because of you guys. You're very personable with me as well. I have a lot of fun with you guys. Like, we're making all those gay songs and suggestions. That shit's funny, man. I mean, that's what it's all about, having fun. If you can't have fun, fuck off. You know what I mean? Stay in tune? No. I was like, fuck. No, I didn't think that was going to say, dude. All right, everybody, you have a great night. What is today? Tuesday, right? No, I don't even. What is today? Is today Tuesday? I think so, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Gay show. They should have a gay show day in Atlanta. You get free knuckle vibrators. Anyway, you guys are too funny. Peace out, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you guys Friday. If not, I'll see you Sunday. Stay safe and expose everybody that you can. Peace out.